Robin Slim Show.
Hi, Robin Slim Show. This is Steve Coulter calling you on the telephone.
Steve Coulter on the telephone.
Is it a landline? You got a landline, Steve?
I'm not on a landline.
Oh.
Yes.
We'll call back and find a landline. What are you doing?
Oh, don't be rude.
I'm at a payphone. In a daycare center.
I like to use the ones Burger King's.
They're the best.
They are. They're my fave. Steve, you've been in so many things: Walking Dead, Furious 7, Anchorman 2, etc., etc. What has been one of your favorite roles?
The Walking Dead was damn fun. It was just like, mainly because I had been, I'd watched the show since it started.
Yeah.
So I was kind of a big old fan. So like my first day on set, like I'm being all professional, but inside I'm like, ooh, there's Rick, and there's
Wow. Was it weird going in when they've been producing it for years? Like, was there any like?
Well, yeah. Well, normally, because I've done other series, and usually when you go on a TV series, you're kind of like that new kid in school, and you feel like no one wants to talk to you. But they're different. The first email they sent you is like, "Welcome to the family."
Wow.
And I think they know you're kind of nervous, so everyone is really, really welcoming. Like Andrew Lincoln was the first guy to come up and go, "Hey, man, it's good to meet you, man." And so, yeah, they were great.
That is so Andrew Lincoln. That was a great impression.
Thank you. I'm very good at impressions. I fancy myself an impressionist. Yes. So which one of you is Rob? And well, not that I can see you.
I'm Rob.
Who's Rob? Oh, you're Rob.
And I'm Slim. And then we and then we have
friends.
a whole crew with us today.
Yeah.
We have two interns. We have intern
good.
Slambo. Slambo, say hi.
Yo, what's up?
And then we have intern Amanda.
Hello.
And we have
Are you guys
two special
are they
guests.
paid?
No, they're interns. We don't pay them.
Yeah, no. We pay them with our presence.
We're paid in smiles and sunshine.
Yeah, hopes and dreams.
So you're unpaid slaves.
Basically.
We all are.
And then we have two special guests tonight. We have a comedian, John, I don't know your last name.
Poveromo.
Yeah. You're from New Jersey.
He doesn't even know his fucking
John.
Don't even know
shit about his name.
And musician.
We got Johnny.
John, that dude.
Yeah, John, that guy.
And musician Joey Taylor.
Chandler. Joey Chandler.
Joey.
I am never introducing anybody ever again.
Why do you try? Does it hurt being so stupid physically? Like, does it physically hurt you?
Hurt being so full of yourself.
Never.
Your death on The Walking Dead was pretty badass, by the way, man. It's the death by sword is always pretty sweet. Yeah,
absolutely. Those deaths are always the coolest.
That was very, very. It was very cold though because it was like 20 degrees outside, so the fake blood was like pouring ice cold water down your shirt.
Good lord.
That makes it more realistic.
Getting paid.
That's brutal.
It does.
Now, if I recall right,
where are you guys? Where in the country are you?
New Jersey.
Oh,
New Jersey.
Dirty Jersey.
Yeah.
I like New Jersey.
Don't laugh at us like
No,
that. I say New Jersey, and your first response is, you poor
sweet
souls.
that you're in New Jersey.
Such a little state.
Where are you guys? Where are you from?
I'm actually from Canada originally, but I live in Atlanta. But right now, since I'm a member of the Hollywood elite, I'm at a beach house in Florida.
Oh, fantastic!
So, yeah.
So are you going to fly us there?
We're just getting all
It's free because we have a friend, the amazing Susie Stanton, who may actually be listening, and she lets us use her house, and she's
that's
very
sweet.
great.
I'm going to get us an invite.
So if you want to come visit us, you just head north until you're sad. That's how you get to Jersey. That's how you get to
Might
Jersey.
see a couple of smokestacks.
Yeah, a couple of crackheads.
I was just going to say, you'll know the scent. You'll know the scent.
Just it's the armpit of America.
Yeah.
Are you at the northern part of New Jersey or like the dairy?
No.
Because New Jersey is the dairy state. Isn't it true?
Garden State.
Yeah.
I
don't know where the gardens are.
No.
We're right near the fabled Pine Barrens.
Yeah, we got the Jersey Devil right in our backyard.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
He's actually very friendly.
It's actually Slambo. Slambo is the Jersey Devil.
Jersey Devil is code for alcoholism, and we I don't know why we're proud of it.
I
but
thought
we
it was
are.
dope addiction.
Oh, is
at
it?
this
I
time,
thought so.
It's heroin.
All those
I think
mixed
it's
South
together.
Jersey is definitely heroin addiction. Is the Jersey Devil at this point in time?
We're not selling this state very well.
No, that's why I'm trying to get us invites other places.
He's got the needle
Yeah, you
stuck
get
in
it,
his
though.
hide.
Oh,
I'll
man.
never leave.
That's so sweet too. That's so sweet. And meth. Don't forget meth.
Oh,
Yes,
That's a big
Meth
thing.
is more Midwest, I feel.
Yeah, but there's plenty of that
Yeah, I
coming
think
in.
it is.
Yeah.
Yes. In Vermont, there's a lot of
Coming,
meth.
Slambo said.
Slambo, please
Integrating
tell me
itself.
about the drug trafficking in the
we
mid-state.
we do have a lot of like motorcycle gangs here, so they get that in.
They're bringing the meth
Yeah,
in.
the motorcycle gangs. That's
Wow.
stereotypical.
We're gonna call your Connect as the next interview, right?
Got a lot of bikers, huh? We got a lot of bikers.
Got the bikers.
You guys should work for the Travel Bureau.
They blocked me on Twitter. I don't know. I don't know why.
Man, we don't want to work for him. We just want to travel.
I just use my calming voice, and regardless of what I say,
There you go.
they'll be here.
Steve, I wanted to ask you what in House of Cards. How do you feel about
Yes.
Kevin Spacey's character breaking down the fourth wall?
I love that because it's just mainly because it's like theater because in a lot of Shakespeare plays all the characters do that, and I think that's where they got it from.
Okay.
And I like that. And this season, I don't know if you've seen it. Claire started doing it.
No. I did
Yeah,
not
she
see
turns
that.
like one of the 11th episode or so. She suddenly turns and she goes, "I know you're there."
That's pretty good.
So yeah, I think it's cool. Like it sort of lets you in on stuff. So,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, no, that's
I like
how they
it.
used monologues a lot in Shakespeare plays. It was like an offshoot where the lights would dim, except for on the main character, and it would just be speaking to the audience.
Yeah, and he just let him in on it. Like even Hamlet. That's actually like Hamlet's famous speech, "To Be or Not to Be," is actually supposed to be to the people, like right in front of him.
I believe they were called like an
And-
aside, and it was an
Yeah.
aside monologue.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's awesome. So I like it. I like it. That's my vote.
And did you do
All right, we're done.
It's great talking to you, Steve. Thank you, brother.
We learned a lot about Jersey in this interview.
As long as we got that answer out of the way, we're fine.
Punching out.
That's good. You only get 2 questions, and that's it. So, thanks.
If I could request one thing from you, if randomly during this interview you could actually break the fourth wall and start talking to people, like that'd be great. Just randomly.
Just complain about us.
do an
There we go.
improvisational breaking of a fourth wall in this interview.
I don't even want to see it coming.
That's like, these guys I'm talking to are idiots. They have interns that they don't pay. How's that?
That's good. That was good.
They don't know the
Amazing.
name of their
That was
guest.
great.
I wonder if he thinks. I don't know. You get the vibe that he thinks we're idiots or something, guys. I don't know.
Somehow, I feel like he doesn't like the fact that we don't pay our interns.
I feel like he wants to help Slambo and
I
like,
know.
save us, rescue us,
Yeah.
fly us to Florida. I don't understand.
I feel like I really need money. I feel like these guys owe me fucking money. I know you guys are there, and I know you're listening. And these fucking guys owe me fucking money.
Yeah.
Like, we need different color bottles here.
No, they all have to match my hair.
What's the craziest thing, Steve, that you've seen go down while you were in production of a film?
Oh my God. Let me see. God. That's like a 60 Minutes question. Now I'm gonna cry. Let's see.
That's the goal.
I don't know. Crazy thing. This was one of the saddest things. I did this movie years ago called A Time to Kill, and it was all about. It had I think it was Matthew McConaughey's first movie, and they had this thing where they needed this really tough. They had a group of kids that were supposed to be from a black gang. It was a big race riot, and they needed a guy to throw a Molotov cocktail. And they found this kid, and he looked so mean. He looked evil, and it was like, oh man, that's great. And he went and he got the Molotov cocktail. He went to throw it, and he threw like a 7-year-old girl.
Oh,
And they had like 300 people watch all these extras, and there was this deathly silence, like, oh, how are we going to make this work? It was like, it was so odd. This tough-looking guy was like,
That's
and they worked with him
hilarious.
about an hour to get him to throw. Not that 8-year-old girls can't throw very well.
I thought he-
they could probably throw better.
For a hot second, I thought he threw a 7-year-old girl instead of the Molotov.
I thought he set
That
himself
would've
on
been
He got
fire.
confused.
I thought he
and
just
was like,
limp wristed
"What's
a real
today's?"
Molotov and just set himself on fire.
I thought he
Yeah.
picked up like a 7-year-old extra and was like, "Well, alley-oop."
And then they were
Here we
gonna
go.
and they were gonna CGI that extra into a Molotov.
Like, that's what they were there for.
She happened to be wearing all green. It fit in perfectly. That's how it works out.
They replace her.
Yeah. Can we muffle those screams, please, in any way? I don't think Molotovs are
Cut
supposed
those
to.
out in post. I don't understand.
You can edit in post.
I think that would have been part of the audition was to like show me how you throw a Molotov.
Yes, show me how you throw a little 8-year-old girl. That's how I got the job.
I thought every
Yeah.
casting
She keeps
call
getting
had-
older in this story to make it more legal. How long do we have to
That's
tell
true.
it until she's 18? And
I thought every
more
casting
lawyers.
call had an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah,
That
you ever see an
tossed
8-year-old girl
as-
come apart like that?
All right, she was 35.
oh, okay.
Well, that's fine then.
She was 35 and a midget, so it makes total sense why you would think she was 7.
Yeah.
The best looking 35-year-old midget on the set, by the way.
Ooh.
That's right.
Naturally. You expect nothing less.
Yeah,
It's Hollywood.
exactly.
It's Hollywood.
There has to be midgets. That is completely mandatory.
That's so good.
Are there still a lot of midgets in Hollywood?
There are I have a lot of my friends. I hang with the midgets.
Nice.
oh wow.
They're your peeps.
We asked the
Makes you feel
hard-hitting
big.
questions.
Steve, I would actually love to know a little bit more about what it was like filming that last scene in the season 5 finale of Walking Dead. It's one of my favorites. It was just so intense.
It was awesome.
Yeah, just everyone speaking their piece
It
and
was
what they think of Rick
it
Grimes
was weird because it
and
was
stuff.
sad
Yeah.
because it was the last day. It was the last day period for shooting the whole season, but it was my last day. And they were just odd because their special effects guys are so fast. Like they created this gash in my throat in about 17 minutes, and they laced up a tube that went up my leg. We had 2 different pumps, so when they do the first slash, and they had this motorized thing that shot this jet of blood out, and it sounded like a lawnmower.
Wow.
And then for the other one, they had just this pump when I'm lying on the ground, just someone pumping it. And they tried to heat the blood, but that didn't work so well. But yeah, and everyone gives you a big hug when you leave, and they give you a little gift bag.
Oh,
And
That's awesome.
it's really, and they're very apologetic. Like when the Scott Gimple, who's the showrunner, he called me. Well, he was trying to call me about 2 weeks before, and I kept getting his messages, and they said Scott wants to talk to you, and I thought, because I have an ego, always wants to talk to me about how the character's going, and And then I got another message saying Scott wants to talk to you about what's coming up in the finale, and I was like, oh shit,
The talk.
I'm gonna die, aren't I? Yeah, but he said it's gonna be really cool, man. It's gonna be really cool. I promise. I'm sorry.
You're gonna go out with a bang.
Was that
Yeah.
like in the beginning of the season, or you didn't find out until like the finale that you were gonna?
No,
get
I
killed
didn't
off?
find out about 10 days to 2 weeks before that episode shot. I was shooting, I think, the one with what's his name, who died in the revolving door.
yeah.
Noah.
And
Noah.
yeah, that's when I got. It was about 2 weeks before, and I got the call, so I knew by then. Because originally I thought I was going to be in the next season. Then I thought, no, I guess that's probably not going to happen.
Well, it's
Maybe
interesting.
as a ghost.
It's interesting because your character actually survives in the comic books. It's Deanna who dies.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
the names are different too.
yeah.
So I've always kind of found that interesting when they keep elements of the comic book but kind of tweak it a little bit, like change a character or a setting here for this TV show.
Yeah, I think they do that to sort of like, because there's so many fans of the comic books, so they do that so they can be some surprises for them, and then sometimes they just go off. And
And they do
but
it a
yeah,
lot
they're
for entertainment value as well, like the Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children or what have you. The main character, Emma, in the book, she's able to create fire with her hands. And in the movie, she is another little girl that was supposed to be Olive in the books that can float and has to wear, like, leaden shoes. So Tim Burton completely flipped, like, the main character's, like, special ability to tweak just for entertainment purposes. Yeah. I've been reading those books since I was kids, or I was a kid.
You were a kid? How many kids were you?
She was a kid.
I was several.
2 youths.
I'm actually 3 small children stacked in a lazy strip.
Wow. Sitting on each other's shoulders.
Yeah. If you've ever seen BoJack Horseman, it's the exact same concept as that.
She said the magic words.
That's fucking great.
We're gonna have some words after this break.
One more question about, is Walking Dead one of the heaviest shows you've had to work on where it's shrouded in secrecy? Like you said, they didn't give you the script and figure out what was going on until the end of it. Like, how tightly under wraps is that as opposed to, let's say, House of Cards?
Yeah, they're really secretive there and they'll do, even like you get a call sheet, the day before that gives what you're going to be shooting the next day. And even that, they have code names for all the actors.
Wow.
In case because they don't want, because there's so many people. It's so weird because when the show first started, no one knew anything about it.
Right.
And by the time I was there, which was, I guess, the 5th season, where we were shooting Alexandria as like a standing set. And they're literally, it's like Disney World. People outside the gates, their families that camp out all day.
Wow.
With kids, but they also have like sort of professional like website people and spoiler sites that are with these long lenses.
Oh God, yeah.
So they want to be able to, if they got a hold of that, if someone is Rick has a beard, Rick doesn't have a beard. Michonne has a beard.
That's great.
But some stuff, like I auditioned for the new X-Men movie, and that I had to go through like this 3-step thing just to see the script with a code name.
Yeah.
And it was on a kind of, you couldn't print it out. If you went to print it out, it would just vanish from your screen. So they're getting more and more, just because of the web, I guess, and they don't want any spoilers out.
Yeah.
And another thing Walking Dead does, when you audition, they completely disguise the scene. Like they have they don't name any of the characters. Like my thing for Reg Monroe, he was like at a like a book signing at some penthouse in New York, and I'm talking to a guy complimenting him on his TED Talks. And I'm reading it going, I don't think this is in one of the episodes. And but you can kind of figure out who's who. But they do, they have this whole staff, I guess, that writes fake scenes.
Wow.
So that those get out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That must be fun to work on.
Yeah, it's really, and then what's really fun is when you finally get the script and you get to see what the hell you're going to do. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty fun.
That was a great
season. And the fans are really strange. Yeah, that was a fun season.
Mm-hmm. Are the fans
you said
like
the
real
fans
diehard?
You said the fans are strange?
No, they're great. They're actually
okay.
well. There's some strange ones, but really, it doesn't happen so much anymore. But because one of the things, like in other roles I've done, I look different, but for that role I wore the glasses that I wear, so I look just like that. And so, but the one thing that's weird is you go to like these conventions, and it's like a Walking Dead convention. You can't, and it's weird because I'm not like someone like Melissa, and and again like Andy Lincoln and stuff. They can't go anywhere, and no one recognizes me now. But when you're at the convention, it's this weird kind of like you're famous for a weekend, and it's really weird because you go to get a cup of coffee, and because everyone is there because they watched the show. And I thought that was fine for a weekend, but I can't imagine. Well, like Melissa McBride, I've known her for 15 years, and she has to go like grocery shopping at 1:00 in the morning.
Oh, good lord!
And that's not fun.
Now she's got to go at 2:00 in the morning because you just told her.
You gave up her spot, bro.
You know what blows my mind is that there's a grocery store open at 1 a.m. I wish.
Oh no!
I'm like, I just was like, where?
I lived in Ohio for a year, and there it was open for 24
24,
hours.
yeah. a
And
lot
to
of
be
places.
honest, I preferred to do it then because,
Yeah.
like New Jersey, every grocery store all day, every day is busy with every old person that has ever existed on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure we had Anne Frank, like, in the grocery store just because they zombified just to go to the grocery store. There's just old people all the time.
Oh.
There's no way there's that many old people in New Jersey that
there's-
constantly is
just
filled.
a
Oh,
heads
there
up.
definitely is.
They're just in bed by 4.
Yeah, just a heads up for you. There's an Anne Frank reference made earlier that wasn't just a random Anne Frank grocery store tie-in.
It's full circle.
We're not obligated to mention her name in any way. It's just that we were talking about her earlier.
She doesn't sponsor us like Cold Cock Whiskey.
I thought
Yeah.
that was like a common joke was Anne Frank at the grocery store. Like, I
yeah,
thought that was a
yeah.
common
yeah.
thing.
Not unless you're playing apples to apples.
People
or,
don't
like,
say
you
that.
know,
People don't joke about that.
Cards
Ah.
Against
I usually go with
My
Anne Frank
mistake.
in the porta potty.
Oh.
That's my Anne Frank.
My mistake.
It's that old chestnut.
Steve, do you ever still get nervous going for interviews? Auditions, sorry.
I'm trying to think. Sometimes you get, if you really want the job, what I will get nervous now is sometimes going to a set when it's like a star or something that I've grown up, watching. Like when I had House of Cards, I was kind of nervous that first day.
Yeah.
And because again, you're like, I feel like I've stepped into a favorite TV show, and you go, oh, there's the president, and there's, but I guess not. Because I have fun, like auditioning for stuff. I kind of enjoy it now. But when I was younger, I would almost puke. I was so nervous. But then you get old, and I'm too old to puke now.
You need everything, all those nutrients.
Yes.
To remain inside.
Yes. I need my iron.
I know. They can't get rid of any of that.
Yeah.
I feel like auditioning is probably very similar to a job interview in the fact that some people really enjoy it and some people absolutely hate it. I love interviewing for jobs. So I feel like it's the same concept.
It's how you look at it.
It's to sell
Because if you
yourself.
think
It's to sell yourself.
And
whether you have to do a monologue or answer a question about a difficult customer, you're selling yourself.
Yeah.
Whenever
You realize they want to hire you. They're not there to hate you. And
Right.
And sometimes with interviews, you think, oh, they're here to find fault. It's like, well, no, some people are assholes and do that, but most of them are like, no, they're hoping you're the person.
Yeah.
When do you know?
They want the day to be over with just as much as you do.
When do you know if you have a role? Like, do you have to wait a couple days?
It's weird. Sometimes it's kind of fun that most of the time, you'll read, and now a lot of auditioning is just on tape. Like I'll send a tape off to New York or LA, and then you find out. Sometimes you'll find out within a couple days. The best experience I had was they shot an Al Pacino film last December, and I went in. I sent in a tape, then I got a call back with the director, and I was reading with him. And it's a great scene. It was just me and Al Pacino, and Al wasn't there that day. But after he gave me a couple notes, and he said, do it again. And I got one line out when I did it again, and he stopped me, and I went, oh, shit. He's pissed off.
Yeah.
And he said, would you like to work with me and Al Pacino? And I thought he was saying, if you don't do it fucking better, you're not going to get to work with me and Al Pacino. And I said, sure. And he goes, well, good, because you got the job.
Wow.
So, but that's rare that you find out right then. It usually does take. Sometimes I've forgotten about the audition, and it's 3 weeks later.
Wow.
And they call you. So it depends how soon out. A lot of TV stuff they cast sometimes just a couple of weeks before.
Right.
And some movies, I did some movies, you get cast 3 months before they do it. But yeah, you usually gotta wait, and then sometimes you forget, and then they go, "Hey, you got the job anyway." So, but that was fun finding out that day. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
So.
Do you ever find that and this may be just a comedian thing or whatever too, but if I go for an audition and it goes well, I'm super pumped, and then when I find out I got the job, I'm like, "Fuck, now I gotta be good." You know what I mean? You're like,
yeah, you have that moment of yes, and then you go, "Oh." Shit.
Yeah. Now I gotta work. This is brutal.
Expectations are way too high.
Right?
I wanted to go in, crush it, and then leave confidently.
Leave on a high note.
Now I gotta do that again for real, for money.
Yeah, because that's the basis. Is you never want to be the worst, but you don't want to be the best.
Yeah.
Expectations are too low or expectations are too high. You can never be happy.
It was weird, with actors, and I think comedians too. It's weird. You got to be really confident, but you're also incredibly insecure.
Right.
And I've done stuff where, I got this when I did the De Niro film for HBO, I'd gotten the job, And then I got a call. They said, Mr. De Niro would like you to come to New York we're going to do a reading of the script. And I was so sure that, because they hadn't met me in person, I just did it off of like 3 taped auditions. And I was so sure that when I got there, they did it at the loft over his restaurant. I thought as soon as I opened my mouth and they see me in person, they're going to go, oh my God, what did we do? Why did we hire him? And I got in there and I was convinced, and they were like, no, we loved you. And
awesome.
It wasn't until I walked out that I went, okay, I guess I still have the job. And yeah, it's weird, that insecurity. You just think they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think they.
And you hit the
they
nail.
picked you.
Yeah, and you hit the
wow,
nail on the
what
head
a bunch
though.
of idiots. They picked me.
Yeah.
Joke's on you,
Yeah.
because I'm Rob.
I'm always hoping there's a director that's going to make a mistake and cast me in something else.
Exactly.
But like you hit the nail on the head before too, when you were saying about how when you go to an audition, the people there want you to do well. Because it's the same thing with doing stand-up too. Is like, and when you start out, for some reason you believe the audience is against you, and then you're like, no, holy shit, they paid to see a good show. They want you to do well.
Yeah.
So if it eases you into that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it is hard. You got to get out. It's really hard. Yeah, because sometimes you feel like they're the enemy. And I
Yeah.
felt that on stage doing theater. It's like, no, they paid, good money.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really hoping.
They want to be here. I want to be here.
Yeah.
I can't remember what comedian it was, but they said the first like 2 or 3 shows they did, like they felt fantastic about because their friends went and supported them.
Oh yeah.
And then after
that
that
a lot.
fact, they were like, "Wait a second, I'm awful." At this." Like they thought they were hot shit, like top of the charts,
When
going
you-
straight to the top.
Yeah.
And no, wait,
When you-
I'm awful.
When you start out doing stand-up, it's not as good now as it was, back in the day. As far as like, the clubs don't necessarily promote their shows, so you don't get a lot of, on the off nights and stuff like that. So they're called bringer shows. But they're just so bad for stand-ups because you're constantly required to bring your friends. Not only do you run out of friends, by the way, at a certain point, it's those first few shows you're like, I'm fucking awesome.
I rock.
Because it's your mom and your Aunt Phyllis who are like,
And you
we
have
love
friends,
you.
but like by 4 shows deep, they're like,
Yeah,
fuck you,
fuck this
dude.
guy.
Like,
Exactly.
Stop.
It's like, I really don't want to pay $10 a ticket for you anymore,
Yeah.
man.
And I have to buy
know,
2
I
appetizers?
know what you sound
Yeah,
like.
Like
exactly.
we're pals and everything, but like
We could just drink at the bar and you say the same shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I hear you talk.
I hear you
all the
talking
time.
to your friends on the phone. I hear this shit out all day.
You're
Come
going to
on.
record that show for me, though, right? You're going to record it?
You're gonna give me a shout out. You're
I'm
gonna,
not gonna go, but
Put it on YouTube if you can. And
Steve, we have to wrap this up, but where can everybody find you?
I'm on the porch in Florida right now.
Hey, we'll
We're-
be there.
yeah, we're gonna be there because you're gonna fly us out there, right?
That's the plan.
That was the
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Okay,
Just the interns.
nice.
Yeah.
You're awesome, Steve. Thank you so much for talking to us.
I'm gonna wait for those flight confirmation numbers. So
All right. That's right. You keep waiting.
At least I didn't say I'd hold my breath. So
Yes.
I'm going to tweet you right now, Steve.
Well, good luck to all of you.
Good luck, man.
you,
Thank you
Steve.
so much.
Yes. And I hope this little
Tell 'em I
thing of
asked
yours
about the
works
tickets.
out.
Thank you. Me too. Me too.
it's got the waffles.
All right. Have a good
All
one,
right,
Steve.
Steve.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one, man.
Later, man.
You forgot.
Oh, my God.